Alright, welcome everyone to another RFC Reviews. I'm so happy to be back and be able to do this review for you guys. And this is a very special review thanks to Hasbro. This is the Walmart exclusive Netflix series of War for Cybertron trilogy figures. And as you can see, we do have some new figures here. Same molds that we've seen before, but different decos and battle damage, or I don't even know how you would say, like dirt more than battle damage, I guess. But some of these look really good, and I'm not going to go through the transformations with you just to get that out of the way, but I do want to show you guys the boxes, and we'll get them out of the boxes, show you both modes and comparisons to their original Siege War for Cybertron figures. So let's go ahead, we'll bring up Mirage right here, and he is he is a Decepticon, but I think he's a Decepticon in disguise, or an Autobot in disguise as a Decepticon, I should say. Here you have the side of the box, Netflix, a Netflix original series. On the back of the box you have your product shots, you also have your new faction symbol that I don't know if anyone actually knows. I know I can't keep track of what each symbol means. So, and the top you just get an Autobot symbol and a Decepticon symbol. So I guess on the top they're all Autobot symbols, but on the side, if they're a Decepticon, they'll have the little Decepticon logo there. So here is the other new character, which is Scrapface, which is obviously off of the Reflector mold. So if you get, 3 of these, which, anyone crazy to build another camera like me is doing, you will be able to have another full camera. So I will have 3 full cameras, because the regular release of Reflector going to have a camera of Scrapface, and then also the Reflector, which is the toy one from the exclusive, which I believe was a HasCon exclusive, even though HasCon didn't happen. So there's a look at the box. You can see some other reflectors in the background, or scrap faces as it should say. Really liking the white packaging on here, very nice. Definitely going to stand out on the shelves when you see these guys. Now you have a Sideswipe, which is just your normal Autobot Sideswipe, with a lot dirtier or darker paint scheme and battle damage. You can see the nice artwork on the side there. You got Chromia, the Arc, looks like a Red Alert, Sideswipe, and couple other figures down here that are kind of hard to make out. That might be an Overlord. I can't tell if that's an Overlord or a Prime. No, that's a Prime. Prime hitting Megatron. There's a Seeker in the background, and a couple other figures that look a little bit hard to make out. And finally we have Hound. He is probably the one that looks the most like his Siege counterpart. In the package, I really can't tell what the differences are, but that's one of the reasons I'm going to do a comparison with the Siege guys, just to see on here. You got that same artwork on all the figures. And of course, the only one I don't have is Chromia. Actually, at the Hasbro New York Toy Fair event, I was able to trade with people, because you only get one Transformer in the swag bag, but I was actually able to trade for some other things in the swag bag to get these guys. So thank you to everyone who traded with me, even though they're probably not watching this video, because most of them were not Transformers fans. So but that is how I got 4. I did not get all 4 in my swag bag, but we had a serious trading session going on. It was Kevin from Unicron.com. It was me, it was, who else was there? Anthony from TFU.info, so we were all trying to trade to get these figures, especially because these figures are not on the shelf right now, so there is this newness to them that's really cool. So let's go ahead and get these out of package. So I started to open up one of these guys, and something I want to show you that I completely forgot about. There you have some art on the back of the card of Hound, but they come with a piece, and it's a shame this one's all bent up, but it is a piece of Teletran 1. So you can build your own Teletran 1. Very, very thin paper. Same thickness as these trays they put in there, and as you can see, this one was kind of bent up in the box. So maybe I can try and flatten that with a book or something. So there is one piece of Teletran 1. And I'll open up all the other pieces off camera. And we're back, and I got these guys all opened up out of their boxes, and I'm actually really impressed. This is battle damage done right. I mean, there's still a little bit of, you know, that kind of messy stuff down here on Sideswipe, but not bad. It's really not bad at all. Certainly a lot better than what we got with Siege. I think these really look nice. So here's Sideswipe, just to give you a look at him. Here's Scrapface, another one. I really like the colors on this guy. You can see those scratches on his chest. I think someone was saying if they actually show up, they do actually show up once you get him out of the box. Get some nice orange paint down at the legs here. Really like this color blue. I really like his color scheme. Of course, there's not too much going on the back, but that was, you know, same as Reflector. Here's Hound, and I think he definitely is a different shade of green than the regular Hound. When we get those to compare, we'll take a look at that. And Mirage, I just think he's absolutely gorgeous. And they use this flat paint on him instead of a, you know, like a glossy paint, and it just came through really, really nice. He's amazing. Really like this figure. I think he's gonna look great in his alt mode. I mean, he looks great as a Decepticon. I mean, that purple fits perfect with Decepticons. Just really super nice. Definitely recommend picking it up. Actually, if you go to tformers.com, there is a link for all these guys because I was unable to find them in a Walmart search. But if you actually go to Tformers, they have links. Again, you can get Chromia, which I'm missing. There's a Megatron, a Voyager Megatron redo. And what else is there? Oh, there's another Seeker, which I can't remember its name now. Hotlink, I think it is. And there's a blind box, which apparently has Ultra Magnus, Leader Ultra Magnus, and a rung, if that's correct. So let's go ahead and also just look at all these pieces for Teletran I got in. You can see it tells you where to put everything. I'm obviously missing some pieces, but I do have basically Teletran right there. That's pretty good. Let's see if I can slot these together. Or you know what? I'm not even going to do that yet. But you can see I got basically the console right there, which is really nice. But yeah, here you have Netflix guys, and take another break, and I'll get the Siege counterparts for them. Alright, welcome back everyone. That took a lot longer than I anticipated to find all these guys because some of these guys were lost in the Planet of Junk, which is my basement. So, or my recording studio. It's everything. Recording studio, display area, basement, land of junk, planet of junk. Here you can see the two Hounds. There definitely is a difference in the tone. The Hound is a little bit more muted, the one in this hand. He has like a gold paint that's scraped up as opposed to like a copper paint on the Siege one. You can see the Siege one has the paint on the gun where there is no paint on the gun or the barrel on this one. Some of the lights are picked out on the Siege one, but not on the, we'll just call him the Netflix one for now. The Netflix one, you can see the feet are a little bit different colored, which will probably, come into robot mode a little bit more. And then on the back, it looks like this is a little bit darker of a gray rather than the silver. And this is a different shade of black as opposed to the, this is like a tan almost. So there are your Hounds, and of course this missile, this was an add-on from a Dr. Wu kit that is not official. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Sideswipes, and you can see much different tone on these guys. Even the battle damage on the legs is different. Feet are different in shade. And turn these guys around just so you can see the difference in shade. Even the back, even this top of the car is a much more muted. So he's also got a gray as opposed to a red missile. And those are the two that are the most similar. Now we get to the ones that are totally different, even different character, even though they share the same mold. You have Scrapface and Reflector. You can see the differences in those. All right, and there's the backs if you care. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Mirage. Totally different. Again, really like this Mirage. And they got rid of the clear plastic, which is always nice. Gun barrel's black on this one, and it's just the gray on this one, which is a little bit more cohesive if you're using it as a shoulder cannon. And on the back, of course, Mirage is Mirage, so really not too much to see on this one. So I'll go ahead and get these transformed, and we'll look at them in their vehicle modes. Now that we have everything all transformed, we can take a look at the differences and also in robot mode how they look. This is the Netflix Hound. So you can see how that looks. And here he is next to his Siege counterpart. Again, very similar. Different colored wheels there. Bottoms are about the same. Tops, just a little bit different. I'm actually not even sure which one I like better, to be honest with you. Probably the Netflix one, but it's honestly, I wouldn't go out and buy the other figure if you don't have the Siege. Here you go. Here is Netflix Sideswipe, looking pretty good, and then regular Sideswipe. Just the differences in them. Even the wheels are a little bit darker color than what you get on the Siege. There's the bottom, sides, and the gun at the top. And then this is something I never thought I'd have to do again, is transform these into shuttle mode, or whatever you want to call this, spaceship mode. Reflector and Scrapface. Scrapface I do really, really like. I'm interested to see how he'll look as a camera, just because of the nice blue they have on this guy. And this blue is sort of a metallic, shiny, glossy blue, which is really nice. You can definitely see the cockpit a little bit better just because of the white outline that they have, as opposed to reflectors. I mean, reflectors really isn't bad. It's a silver outline, but I feel like the silver with the clear, this is a red translucent, which just shows up a little bit nicer, in my opinion. And then Mirage. And if you're hoping for any tolerance fixes on this, there are not. But I finally found out what the problem is, and why this gap happens on the Siege one. It doesn't happen until you tab the back end in. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and shave down these pegs a little bit, because you can see there's no gap right now. But as soon as I plug this together, it causes that to split apart. So, and the tolerance on the pegs on this Mirage, we'll call him Netflix Decepticon Mirage. It's and a lot of these tolerances are a little bit tighter on this Mirage just because of all the paint. And that's one thing. These pegs on the back, those same two pegs, did not want to go into at all. Even though they don't seem to be painted, I can't even force it together. So I think I need to shave down those two pegs on both figures. But yeah, God, did I do the full 360 on these guys too? He is really, really nice. Once we get him flipped back around. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Peg together. Again, you can see this back end just doesn't want to peg in correctly, just because of everything that's going on, but I will fix that. Yeah, there you go. There is Decepticon Mirage. Like I said, really love the flat paint they're using on this guy. You can see the gap right there that I have to take care of. But overall, really, the wheel flipped into. Really loving this guy. So there you go. Make sure you check out tformers.com if you want to pick these up. Chris put the links for all the Walmart Netflix exclusive figures. Thank you guys for watching. I apologize there hasn't been many reviews lately, but this one I just had to get out to you as soon as possible. I believe these will ship April 1st, and if you pre-order them, they're guaranteed by April 7th, unless the release date gets pushed back. But seeing as the deluxes are already made, because they were handing them out at the Hasbro event, I would say it's, you know, pretty much certain you're going to get them. They're not going to get pushed back. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like, the thumbs up, and the notification bell. That way, when I do post a video, you guys will be able to see it right away. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.